connect you now. All right, Justin, you're on with Justin.
Hey, Justin, how you doing? Justin Kish for Combat Coverage. How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you doing, brother?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for your time. How are things going for you today? You're preparing for a big fight at Bellator 157. How are things going for you today?
Everything's going great, man. Weight's on point. I feel. I know almost every fighter says this, but I really legitimately feel like I'm in the best shape of my life. And I'm glad to be at Alliance with one of the best teams in the world.
Yeah, Alliance is a great camp. Dominic Cruz. The Kat Zingano's training with you. How is training with the likes of them?
Oh man, it's been awesome. Dominic, I learned so much from that guy. As far as fighting, but as a champion too. His work ethic. You don't become a champion for not having a work ethic. I see that guy. It lights a fire underneath my butt. Seeing him work. Jeremy Stevens too. When I see that guy, and I'm all like little brothers to these guys. And they push me so hard day in and day out, and it's just so good to have these guys in my corner.
Now, you're going to be headlining the prelims for Bellator 157, the DYNAMITE 2 card. You're taking on Kobayashi, Isao Kobayashi, if I'm saying that correctly. How are your preparations for this fight going?
They're going great, man. It's just the big thing was to get in crazy good shape and get my weight down. So, I can have a good weight cut. It's not really putting a lot of stress on my body. And make sure my cardio's through the roof, I feel like if I'm in phenomenal shape, I'm really hard to beat. So that's kind of my game plan, is go in there and just do my best and to be in the best shape possible.
You had some great fights in your career, against Sean Wilson, Mark Dickman, Luis Saldana. What are your thoughts as Kobayashi as an opponent?
I feel like he's super tough. I mean, he's gonna come to fight. He's a veteran. He's been around the sport. I feel like he's going to want to try to take me down and grapple me up. Especially when he feels the speed and power difference. I feel like he's going to be shooting for my legs a lot. So it's my job to fight my fight and impose my will on him and control the center of the cage.
Now, are you a fan of, looking at the fighters' past fights? A lot of people have a lot of ands, ifs, or buts about it. What are your thoughts on, watching film on your fighters, on your opponents, I should say?
Yeah, I'll watch a little bit, but I'm not going to sit there every week and watch fights. I feel like every fighter fights differently every fight. I feel like styles make fights, so it makes certain fighters fight different fights, if that makes sense. But I feel like when I land fight week, I'll land back home with my dad, and we'll go over a little film. We'll go over a fight of his. Nothing crazy though. I won't sit there and write notes about what he does. I just feel like a lot of it's instinctual. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not really worried about what he's going to do. I'm more worried about what I'm going to do.
At the film that you watch on Kobayashi so far, what are some weaknesses you are going to be, pushing come fight night?
I'm going to be, really trying to expose him as far as striking my wrestling. I feel like my wrestling, is really underrated. It's simply because I don't really ever have to use it. Fight my fight typically. Wherever the fight goes, I feel like I'm really going to be better. So really, just really impose my will on them.
Every fight, it's a different kind of training camp. You have to change things up. You gotta learn something new. How is this training camp different from the others?
He's a southpaw. So, that's a little different. So I've been working with nothing but southpaws and been working combinations for nothing but a southpaw. You know what I'm saying? So, the wrestling's the same, the grappling's all the same, but really it's just that he's a southpaw. That's kind of the bigger difference than typically any other fights that I really have. So, that's the main one, is him being southpaw.
See, I know you're taking, each fight, fight by fight, and you're taking it on a slow pace. But if you win this fight, where do you see yourself going from here, or after the fight?
I really feel like this will put me in the mix for sure. Maybe hopefully knocking on title contention within the end of the year or the beginning of next year. But at the end of the day, again, I'm not trying to look past Kobayashi, but I would really like that fight with Emmanuel Sanchez back because I believe that I won that fight. I really want that.
It's a very close decision in your last fight at Bellator 145. Now, Justin, just one more question before we let you go. I know you have a very busy day. Want to let you get into the gym. Now, Bellator kickboxing. After this fight against Kobayashi, you do have a background in kickboxing. Are you possibly thinking about taking a kickboxing fight with Bellator at a future date?
Heck yeah, that definitely. When I found out that I was going to be fighting on Dynamite 2, I didn't think, maybe it's a kickboxing fight. I would love to get my toe in there. Maybe not make it a full career choice as far as being like full kickboxing. We'll see what the opportunities are. But I wouldn't mind having a kickboxing fight and dipping my toe into that ring for a change.
All right, Justin, I'm going to put you on the spot here. How is the outcome at Bellator Dynamite 2 against Kobayashi? What is your prediction?
I feel like I'm going to come out there and I'm going to, oppose my will. I'm going to put my hands on them, and I feel like I'm going to come out with a W. I'm not sure how, but I know I'm going to win. There's no doubt in my mind. I've trained so much harder. I've ran the extra sprints. I've ran the extra miles. I've done the extra drills, and I'm in the best shape of my life. So I'm going to come out there and just impose my will, and I'm going to put it to them.
All right, Justin, thank you so much for your time. Bellator 157, June 24th, Dynamite 2 at the Scott Trade Center in St. Louis, Missouri. Justin, good luck against Kobayashi. I really do appreciate your time. Good luck.
Thank you, brother.